Hey guys, what's going on? Brimstone here. We're going to be doing a video addressing the community and giving you, the audience, an option to go ahead and give us your best ideas for the way we're going to handle our Discord and, well, overall, what you guys want to see in the next week's podcasts that are coming up. Tonight with me, we have Rambo's Corner and Shaner123.
What's going on, guys? Want to, I guess, clear the air on some things here and actually get some feedback from you guys, and hope this all goes well.
And I'm actually going to introduce myself this time. I'm Shaner123. I hope we don't get dick pics for this. Let's go.
Right. So, in this portion of the video, we're going to go ahead and talk about a very generalized misconception. Something that's been sort of bothering me for a long time. It's something that has always plagued my channel and many others like these two gentlemen here. Where you can't really speak on an opinion over, let's say, what it is, like religion, gaming, especially the gaming communities, without having to always specify the amount or the kind of people you're addressing. And this is something that's always annoyed me. It's always something that I've fallen into with debates on other YouTubers' channels where they've stated, well, I've never said all people, but they would make statements and comments in their video that would actually indicate that they are indeed speaking about all instead of, a group or a select few. Rambo here has recently gone through some situations, not just one, but multiple situations where he cannot speak or give an opinion over a gaming community. And you want to go ahead and give us a little bit of that sort of situation that I'm kind of addressing here, or that we're addressing?
Yeah, well, I mean, the only thing I really address, and for everybody needs to understand, like with me first, Sony doesn't technically affect me at all as far as being a gamer. I'm actually a PC gamer, so Microsoft and Steam and all them, they're the ones who actually affect me closer. So naturally, I follow the Xbox community because Xbox is actually closer to the PC community, especially with Play Anywhere. So I just follow and keep up with it because they share a lot of the news that's actually happening with Xbox, and a lot of times it involves the PC as well. So therefore, my opinions usually tend towards that side. And I've been noticing there's a small select group in the Xbox community as a whole that is sort of kind of like I want to say almost like a cancerous forum inside there. And it's like a select select podcast or select anything like that. It's just a select community. Mm-hmm. And I've been trying to address those people, and I've been getting the people misconstruing what I'm actually trying to say, and they're acting like I'm trying to attack all 24 million Xbox One owners, and not not just the select people that I'm doing. But I really don't have time to label every single person that I'm referring to. So I just say Xbox community, and then I kind of address it with the fanboys that I'm talking about, just fanboys. And that obviously means the fanboy community, not the whole entire community. But I've been labeled as a pony, as a Microsoft hater, and I'm like, I don't understand where all this is coming from. I've proven that I support Xbox. I've proven that I support Microsoft, but yet somehow I turn into some sort of alter ego or alter person, loving the PlayStation and loving, I guess hating Microsoft with a passion. And it just makes no sense. I don't know where the attack is coming from. And I wish people would understand that I if I could be more specific and write out 25, 30 names, I would, but I just really don't want to take the time to list every single person because I'm sure going to miss one.
Right. You shouldn't have to go that distant though. You should not have to go to a distant where you have to literally name every single individual by name. You shouldn't have to go and quite literally kill your phone on Twitter just to make a handful of people happy. I think it's a waste of time. I believe this is why we have YouTube. It's an open platform to share our opinions, in which it may not be the popular opinion, and we all know we can't agree to disagree on a lot of things sometimes, but we should never let gaming get to the same level of politics. It should never get to that point, and it certainly is here on YouTube, and it's really scary. I never thought in a million years that the industry that I love so much would have actually evolved so far, and yet the community has fallen so far from its former self, and that to me is a shame. I really hate seeing it. Shaner, what do you think?
I don't really have a problem with the whole console community, like, you know, one side being cancerous and the other side not being cancerous. Mine is more along the lines of like companies like Razer SteelSeries and Logitech. I get a lot of hate for that. You know, my opinion on VoIPs or apps, I get hate for that. Like the Discord video we did, that's almost at 27K views. There's 134 likes and 113 dislikes.
Wow.
So you see what I mean? I mean, you know, it's more along things like that. It's not so much consoles. Like whenever I do anything on consoles to PC, I tend to dodge the people that Rambo's referring to. I don't even know how I do it. If I knew, I would let everyone know. But I just tend to dodge those people. So call it a skill, call it what you want. But yeah, I don't really have a problem with them.
Go ahead, Rambo. You look like you had something to say. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh no, you're fine. It's not really. I want to respond to like what Shayna was saying there. It's not really so much I have a problem with one side and not the other. Like there's the other side is just as cancerous. I mean, it's not like the Xbox. There's a community within the PlayStation community as well that's just as bad.
Yeah.
I just don't get affected by PlayStation as much because the only thing I do on there is play a small select exclusives that actually come to it. But most of my gaming is done on either the Microsoft or Steam as well, you know. So I mean, that's the reason why I focus more on that side, is because it it actually affects me, you know, more than the other side. But I mean, one thing I've noticed, and it's really odd to me, because there's 45 million PlayStation owners, and there's like I think 25 million Xbox One. I mean, if we're just going to go off the rough estimates of my head, but I can do a video on PlayStation, and I'm everything's fine. I mean, I think I might get like 20 or 30 comments, but they're all kind of just, you know, general.
Yeah.
And I do one on Microsoft, and I'll get 60 comments, and they're like attacking me. And it's like, you know, I mean, it's not even the whole community. It's that one select group that I'm talking about, that they just like, it's almost like they are out there just patrolling YouTube to damage control for anything anybody that says anything about it. And I'm like you. I've never thought I would ever see gaming get to this, because back whenever NES and Sega were out, we talked crap to each other, but at the end of the day, it was kind of like, oh, okay, let's go play.
Yeah,
you know,
it was always in the fun
it was,
of things. It was never on purpose. It was never to tear someone down on a mental or physical level and watch them degrade themselves because they feel some sort of way. You know,
exactly.
I've never dealt with that outside of YouTube. YouTube's been the only spot that I've ever had to deal with that on. But actually, I do kind of take that back. I did deal with something like this at a GameStop. And that's because a lot of the GameStop employees are in tune with what's going on YouTube. And so they think that should be a social norm. And that's not something that I personally support. I don't go up to people, you know, outside of YouTube and try to convince them to buy one product over another. I don't cry console racism in the streets and protest. But you would think the way some of these YouTubers are that they do exactly that. And I'm just like, wow. I mean, back in the day, I was kind of guilty of doing some of this stuff, but I never went to that far. I never went to those extremes. I would state the facts about a platform. I would talk about how someone's fallacies were pretty much, well, just that, fallacies. And I would stick to the argument and move on, and that's all I did. Nowadays, people are going as far as disassociating themselves with friendships and groups because of the opposing platform that they've chosen, and I always found that a little weird.
Definitely weird, man.
It's almost become. I mean, now I don't want. This is not going to turn anything about Black Lives Matter or the feminism or anything. But it's almost the console fanboy side of it has almost got to the point of being a political movement like the Black Lives Matter or the feminism, and it's a scary thought. I mean, it's almost like cult-like behavior, and it's not just, you can't just like get a passing comment and just move or whatever. Or a passing tweet, you end up getting like harassed because if one of the fanboys tweet you, then you end up having like their followers see it and they're like, oh, I'm gonna go do that too, and then you end up getting like just tons of hate over just an opinion that you don't share with them. It's crazy.
Yep. We're coming up to the 10-minute mark. Shayner, did you want to add in anything to this before we move on to the last part?
Yeah, I'm totally with you guys when it comes to I never would think in a million years gaming would get to this point. And on what Rambo said with the whole Nintendo and Sega thing, that still goes for today. Nintendo and Sega gamers still give each other crap. I have videos proving that where I take Sega's side, and all the Nintendo gamers, even though it's hate, I don't know if positive hate would be the way to describe it, but it's not like hit below the belt like all these other console wars are. You know, it's just good fun.
Right, right.
And that's
yeah,
what I miss.
Me too.
All right, so we covered this part, and I hope you guys understand down in the comment sections, who's ever watching this video right now. This is not directed to anybody. This is a generalized statement because we see this on a daily basis, and we just wanted to address our community that has been booming lately over here. And I just wanted to make sure you guys understand that no matter what you play, I'm not going to judge you for it, and I'm not that kind of person to do that. Don't get me wrong, I'm an asshole, but I'm not that much of an asshole. So let's move on to suggestions. Now, earlier this week, I have been bombarded on Twitter and my YouTube page to open up an Apple account to upload our podcast to, along with the Android market and Google Drive. So what do you guys think about that? Do you think we should be doing that? Like, I just want to know what your guys' feedback on this. I know, Rambo, I think you answered one of our comments. It was either yesterday or the day before about it. Shana, what do you think?
Great idea, man. Across the board.
Rambo?
I think it's a great idea because there's a lot of people that can't, necessarily catch our shows, especially when they're happening. And then if they want to watch at work or watch in their car, it's kind of hard to watch while you're driving down the road. So therefore, they could just, hit iTunes, get on the playlist, and bam, it's playing through their car speakers. So I think it's a great idea.
All right, so as you guys see here, we're gonna probably end up doing that. Expect that to happen probably within the next couple of weeks. I have a lot going on. I don't know about these guys. A lot going on in my life, so I have to kind of spread out my time as wisely as possible. I'll probably have one of these guys do it. Who knows? But so Rambo actually has been doing a lot of giveaways on since last night. Actually, last night's podcast. In fact, this guy gave away quite a bit. Rambo, are you gonna plan on doing any more like that in the future?
Yeah, actually, on Monday, I bought my. I'm not even gonna joke now. I bought my Xbox One S. I was gonna give away the Halo 5 and the Halo Master Chief Collection. However, Microsoft thought it would be clever to give me a physical copy of Halo 5 for some reason.
Really?
So I do have I do have the Halo Master Chief Collection digital, so I will be able to give that out on the podcast. If you want a 14-day Xbox Live trial code, I got that too because mine's good till I think 2018 or 2019. But that will be coming up on Monday. Now, I'll be giving away codes, as I get them. My thing is that I subscribe to a lot of special little monthly deals or whatever, and a lot of times they give me games that I already have.
Mm-hmm.
So I would be giving away those at any point in time. Just if they're tuned into the channel or in the chat while we're doing the podcast. You just be watching the chat because you never know when one's going to drop.
Absolutely. That's awesome. So we also had another idea that was given to us, and this has been by more than one person, actually. This is, I think, by about 6 different people now. And they've stated that they would like for us to make a Discord chat dedicated to the podcast. So what are your thoughts on that? I was kind of thinking about this a while back before they said anything. I was thinking about just kind of surprising everybody with it, kind of making a segregated Discord where the podcast is happening and then all of our viewers are down below, and whenever they feel like they want to add their 2 cents or something, we could just drag and drop them in. What do you think?
I think that would be great. More interaction is going to not only be great for the viewers we have, but the viewers to come. I would love to listen to a podcast where I could actually jump in and give my 2 cents, or even on the off times, hang out with the cast members. I mean, although it would be a dirty, funny time with us and a lot of our viewers as well, but I still think it would be fun.
I think it would actually be a great thing because my big thing is interaction with the people. I spend a lot of time while y'all are talking. If y'all are having a conversation and I'm not actually actively involved in that conversation, I spend a lot of time talking to the people in the chat. I love the interaction with them. So actually being able to have the ability to actually talk to them live would be actually a plus. And I'm like Shana, there's been a few podcasts I've watched that, you could be typing in the chat, they don't even pay attention to you, and they're saying something, you just want to say something back to what they're saying, but yet nobody's actually paying attention to the chat. So I think it's actually a great thing to have the interaction and them to be able to jump in and out of the call whenever we need them would be great.
All right, so it looks like it will be done. You guys, again, expect a lot of this to be happening within probably the next week. I want to try to get the Discord set up probably tonight, how we are going to be able to mess around with the settings. There's going to be, obviously, the core members that are going to be the admins that can kick and add and do whatever they feel is necessary. We're going to set up some ground rules and stuff because there's so many people, and we know... or at least I know firsthand what it's like to try to deal with a large number of people all at once like that. It gets a little chaotic. So when it comes to that, we're definitely going to be playing with some ideas here. So guys, stay tuned for that. I just want to say thank you to everybody that's checking us all out, making us want to return here almost on a daily basis. We have our podcast every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. You guys are amazing people stopping in, giving us our comments, trolling us on Twitter. It's been fun. We blow up Rambos, we blow up Shaners, and as of even recently, blowing up Rag's Twitter. It is funny as heck. Overall, it's been a blast. I just want to say again, thank you guys so much for subbing to this channel and subbing to these two gentlemen here. Their channels links will also be down below. Follow them on Twitter. And yeah, I just want to say thank you guys so much. And I hope this actually helps the community out a little bit more. Make sure you guys smash that like button like it owes you money. Until next time, we'll see you on next week's Game Talk podcast.